Welcome into the Athens Rock Lobsters Network. I'm Bryce Gobert, and after 4 consecutive games for the Rock Lobsters have gone past the scheduled 60 minutes, they will take on a team that they last beat in overtime in their last meeting. The Carolina Thunderbirds kick off a 6-game homestand in which they welcome an Athens team that just can't stop winning. Will Carolina be able to slow down the Rock Lobsters, or will Athens continue its winning ways and trying to extend their winning streak to 6 games? Welcome into tonight's broadcast, everyone, and a happy belated Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Filling in for Mateen Rad tonight, as you've seen in the chat, in Cancun with his girlfriend Mateen. A well-deserved break for all your hard work you do here on the Athens Rock Lobsters Network. We'll go ahead and jump right into the Piedmont-Athens Regional Pregame Show, and we'll take a look at the Rock Lobsters' high-scoring affair with the Columbus River Dragons. Athens found themselves behind after the first period of play, but after the intermission break, it seems like all Athens needed was that break. They came out and scored 3 of the next 4 goals in the game, but the River Dragons didn't go away too quietly. It would sneak 2 goals past Jack Bosted in the third, and it looked like Athens was down and out for the count. But with 5 seconds to go, Case and Gallant tied the game and forced overtime. The extra 5 minutes also weren't enough, so it was decided by a shootout in which Carter Shinkarik netted the lone goal to give Athens its 5th straight win. Carolina's last matchup was also versus Columbus just 6 days ago, in which they also took the River Dragons to a shootout following a third-period goal from Yuri Pastuka. 5 extra minutes were also not enough, and Roman Kramer scored the only goal in the first round to give Carolina their 4th consecutive win. It's now time for our Fan Saves Impact players for tonight, starting off with the Thunderbirds. We'll take a look at the 20-year-old forward, Danique Drouin. He has had a great 3-game stretch, registering a point in each of his last 3 games. The 6'1" Canadian, in his first professional year, has only registered 1 goal, but is tied for 3rd on the team with 6 assists. He'll be looking to continue his point streak tonight. On the other side for Athens, the 26-year-old from Sweden has been playing some lights-out hockey to start off the 2024-25 campaign. Philip Virgili has registered a point in all games but 2 this season for the Rock Lobsters, including a 4-game performance last game with 2 goals and 2 assists, earning the 3rd star of the game versus Columbus. Virgili is hoping for another multi-point performance tonight. Tonight's Impact Players to Watch was brought to you by Fan Saves. Fans, make sure to download the Fan Saves app to access exclusive deals from our partners. For example, you can log in now and get a free basket of fries from Farm Burger. Download Fan Saves and follow the Athens Rock Lobsters to check out the Rock Lobsters digital coupons. Tonight's starting 5 is brought to you by Aikens Ford. Up front here for Athens, it will be Justin Portillo with Malik Johnson and Garrett Milan. The 2 defensemen to start off tonight's contest will be Riley Robertson and Carter Shinkarik. And getting the nod between the pipes will be Josh Rosenswag. It's going to be a fun one here tonight. Appreciate all of you tuning in. Again, a very happy belated Thanksgiving. 2 big games for Athens fans tonight. Georgia taking on Georgia Tech. About right now, that game should just be getting underway. And in Carolina at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena, it will be the Athens Rock Lobsters taking on the Carolina Thunderbirds, and boy, are we in for a treat. This game, or this meeting last time, was only decided by 1 goal. It took overtime. It was 0-0 headed into the overtime frame before the Rock Lobsters were able to capture the victory. This will be the second of 3 meetings between these 2 sides tonight. Athens' last game, as I mentioned in the open, 6-5 shootout win over the Columbus River Dragons. Over a week ago, Athens did not play last week, so a long bit of rest here for the Rock Lobsters, and they will be looking to continue on their winning ways. It looks like it is a packed house in Winston-Salem, Carolina, and we are going to be in for a treat. We'll step aside for the anthem. When we come back, Puck Drop is next here on the Athens Rock Lobsters Network. Nice job on the anthem there. Puck drop just moments away from Carolina. Athens looking to go for their 6th consecutive win here tonight and trying to start off the Carolina Thunderbirds home streak, handing them a loss. The Thunderbirds have come in winning 4 of their last 5 games and are trying to get revenge on this Athens team as they took the first meeting 1-0 in overtime. Carolina is going to be starting out with a decent line combo, which has been good for them all season, with Roman Kramer, Gus Ford, and Lane King. In net tonight will be Mario Cavalieri, a reigning FPHL goalie of the year after a 19-5-2 record last season. We'll see how Athens fares up tonight against a team. Again, Athens has not played in over a week, so we'll see if might be a little bit rusty coming into this one, but knowing Steve Martinson's team, he will have them ready to go as puck drop is just moments away. Fans, just a reminder, opening night in Athens was coming up very soon, December 6th. Be sure to get your tickets as you can. I'm sure they will be sold out. Many people excited to see what this Athens team has to offer this season, yet to play a home game, and the guys are going to be wanting a great crowd at home to open up the season. Lining up for the opening draw, it is one, and it looks like we're going to have a fight right away. 2 players drop the gloves, and it'll be Portillo and Joe Kennedy. Portillo gets a right hand right away, knocks him down to the ice. Kennedy responds with the left. Couple body shots, another left hand from Kennedy. Players battling down to a knee and standing back up is Kennedy. Portillo shoved down to the ice. The referees will break it up, and what a start we have here from Winston-Salem. Not sure if that's some carryover from the previous game, but it lined up exactly off the faceoff. And Portillo and Kennedy dropped the gloves just 5 seconds into this one. My goodness. What a start to this one. Portillo, the 32-year-old, facing off against Kennedy, the 23-year-old. You see the sign there in the bottom left. Just got beat by Joe Kennedy. I'm not too sure about that. We'll have another face-off at center ice. Hunter Alden will come on and replace Portillo. Face-off 1. Won't drop the gloves this time, and we are officially underway in Carolina. Puck taken up the boards by Alden. Malik Johnson hands one over. Shot attempt is weakly put towards the net, and that will be covered by Cavalieri for a quick stoppage. Just a couple seconds into this one. Garrett Milan going in for the face-off against Peter Panacek. Milan wins it cleanly. Puck thrown towards the net, bounces around, and Cavalieri will have to make a couple of good saves, and he'll cover it up quickly again for another face-off. Good start here for Athens. Good offensive zone time here early on. The Rock Lobsters looking to capitalize early again. Not many goals scored in the last meeting between these two teams. Athens coming off of a 6-goal performance versus Columbus. Another clean face-off win by Milan. Puck thrown towards the net, takes a deflection and a nice save by Cavalieri. Alden will get the rebound. He'll hand it off to Shinkarik. He'll drive in and throw one across the crease. Puck battle along the near boards, and it's taken out of the zone, delayed offsides on Athens. Here comes the Thunderbirds the other way. They'll dump it into the zone. Bosted will take control of it, but it's turned over by Athens. A shot thrown on net. A little bit awkward there for Bosted. He steers it wide. Thrown in front again. Gets deflected. Stays behind the goal line. And Shinkarik will carry it the other way. Crossing center red. Here's Carter Shinkarik. He does a nice dangle. Passes one off. Shinkarik got a chance to score on an open net, but he couldn't get stick on puck. Carolina will come the other way. A fast start to this one. Met at the blue line. That was Jordan Gagnon. Turned over, and here comes Athens. 3 shots already for Athens in this period. Another puck thrown across the crease. No Athens player there to corral it. Puck cleared out of the zone. Another delayed offsides on the Rock Lobsters, and it's the other way with Clay Keeley. Way out of his net was Bosted to play that puck all the way up the boards. It will go the length of the ice, but it will not be icing. 18:03 remaining here in the period. Dumped in. Rock Lobsters will give chase. Bosted tried to stop it behind the net. Couldn't do so. Ends up going to Garcia. He'll clear it out, but it's quickly turned over right in front. A wide open shot. A great save there by Bosted. It was an easy open look for Nate Keeley. He couldn't capitalize. Registers the first shot on net for Carolina. And Bosted had to be sharp early on facing his first shot. Quickly the other way, here come the Rock Lobsters. It's Jacob Schnapp. Throws one on net, misses wide. Was a juicy rebound off the backboards. Cleared out Glukaryov. Hands it across to Shinkarik. He'll dump it in. Go for a line change. Glukaryov and giving chase, battling along the near boards. Gordon Wallen there as well for the Thunderbirds. Puck cleared the length of the ice. Icing waved off again. Fast start to this game. A fight within the first 5 seconds. Athens coming out on a roll. Robertson behind his net will throw it up the boards. Turned over in the neutral zone. Back in, here's Gagnon. Nicely defended by Athens. Malik Johnson will take it behind his own net. Stop there and will set up shop. He'll leave it for the captain, Carter Shinkarik. Shinkarik, 20 points already this season. That has him tied for 3rd in the FPHL. Almost turned over in the neutral zone. Malik Johnson couldn't control it. Gus Ford will take it in his own end. Hands it off to Clay Keeley. Keeley with a nice move in, but again, nicely defended by Athens. That was Joey Kolatarsi who made a nice defensive effort there. Malik Johnson crosses center red and will dump it in deep. Giving chase will be Gallant. 16 minutes remaining here in the first period. Coming the other way will be Carolina. Athens on the forecheck. Puck gets cleared out to the neutral zone. Player goes down, and we will have a whistle here. And a possible penalty called on Carolina, and that will send Athens to the power play. I believe they're going to tag Jordan Gagnon for a trip here in the neutral zone. Athens in their last game went 1 for 5 on the power play. We'll be looking to be a little bit better here tonight. Milan will take the draw against Jan Salak. Salak wins it back to the corner. Skating it out will be James Farmer, and it will be sent the length of the ice. Here's Milan. He'll skate in, throws it to the corner. Will chase it himself, thrown all the way back to the point, and it'll actually be a turnover. And here comes Yuri Patuska. It's a 2-on-1 on the penalty kill. Patuska with a nice pass across, and it's just missed wide. Scary moment there for Athens on the power play. 1:20 remaining on it. And right now really have not had that much zone control in the first minute, or rather 45 seconds of this power play. Thrown on net. Bosted had to be sharp, ready for that one. Shinkarik will wait for his team to set up the ice. 14:50 remaining here in the first period. It'll be skated up the ice by Picard. He'll hand it off. Trying to get it across the red line was going to be Stephen Ford. Thrown to the point. Shot on net, gets blocked, and that one hit a player up high. I believe that's Gus Ford down holding his face. A scary moment here for Ford. Trainers quickly on the ice. Scary moment here for Gus Ford. 14:29 left in the first period, 41 seconds on the Athens power play. Athens power play, the Pomona Park power play. And that will send us to our first commercial break. 0-0 here in the first between the Rock Lobsters and the Thunderbirds.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
Since 1968, we've been your trusted source for home comfort. From then to now, we've evolved, but our commitment to your comfort remains unchanged. Experience the expertise that only decades of dedicated service can provide. Trust Stanfield. We've been keeping homes comfortable for over 50 years. Your comfort, our legacy. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
Back at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena, Athens 0, Carolina 0, 14:29 remaining in the first period. 41 seconds left on the Athens power play. Gus Ford goes down after taking it what it looked like to be a puck to the face. Off the face-off, the Thunderbirds will clear, and they will give chase into the corner. Shinkarik, the captain, has to avoid one. Butita giving chase on the penalty kill. Thrown across the ice. Athens will take it across the blue line. Here comes the Rock Lobsters, unable to control it and get a shot off. That was Garrett Milan. And the Thunderbirds will clear it yet again. 10 seconds remaining on the power play here for Athens. Shinkarik will bring it across center red. He'll go now across the blue. Looking for a pass. We'll just throw it around the boards. Power play is over for the Rock Lobsters. Unable to find the back of the net with the man advantage. Out of the box. It was almost a good scoring opportunity for Jordan Gagnon, but he couldn't control the puck. Athens will go the other way. Dumped down the length of the ice. Cavalieri was there to stop it. Attempting to throw it up the near boards. Could not do so. Rock Lobsters were there to stop it. Another puck thrown in front. That one off the side of the net. Cavalieri had to be aware. Another chance here for the Athens Rock Lobsters, and they couldn't convert. I think he missed the net on the shot. That was Brandon Reller who had the goal-scoring opportunity. Carolina will reset in their own end. Here comes Gordon Whalen. Floats one in, stopped by Bosted. Garcia in the corner. Will go behind the net and allow Stephen Ford to set up shop here for Athens. 12:50 remaining here in the first period. Athens nothing, Carolina nothing. Shots 4-2 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. Virgili trying to cross the blue line. Gets met by two Carolina players. And finally, Picard will be able to do so. A quick shot on net by Kolatarsi. Nice save there by Cavalieri. Picard tried to keep the puck in on a poke check. Could not do so. And the Thunderbirds will reset and take some time in their own end with Jordan Gagnon. The defenseman from Leduc, Alberta, behind his own net. Will start the attack, but a quick turnover in the neutral zone. Carolina going to be able to retain possession. Bosted behind his own net. Puck thrown up the ice. Here come the Rock Lobsters, skating the other way. It's Gallant. Hands it back to his point. Ends up going across the blue line, and now it's Carolina the other way. Carolina working their way in. Delayed penalty upcoming on Athens. A shot on net, and they score! Nate Keeley finds his first goal of the season, had 10 of them last year. And with 11:41 remaining in the period, Carolina takes an early lead on Athens here in the first period. Carter Shinkarik talking to the referee, but that one will not get overturned. Carolina able to capitalize on a delayed call on Athens. And that's a big goal here for Carolina. Both these teams in their last games fell behind. So getting a lead will be big in this one. Face-off between McKechnie and Nate Keeley is won by Keeley back into the Thunderbirds zone. Glukharov gets knocked down in the neutral zone, taken into the Rock Lobsters end. Riley Robertson in his corner being pressured. McKechnie turns it over deep in his own end. A shot just misses the net. That was John Butita, the captain for Carolina. Thunderbirds applying a lot of pressure right now after scoring the opening goal here in this one. Robertson in the corner. Puck finally comes to the point. Thrown on net, gets deflected back into the corner. Robertson will give chase, and he'll throw it up the near boards and try and get it out of the zone, in which he will do so. It will go the length of the ice. Will not be icing. It gets waved off way late. Giving chase to that one was James Farmer, who now sits and waits behind his own net. 10:40 remaining here in the first period. Carolina 1, Athens nothing. In the neutral zone, Thunderbirds come the other way. And in around. Petusko is there, couldn't control it. Athens will take it in the neutral zone. Here's Picard. Picard working his way in, will dump it into the corner for Virgili, who gives chase. He gets knocked off the puck. Finally gets sent to the near corner. McKechnie will pinch from the blue line and ends up getting it back and will throw it in deep. Cavalieri out of his net to stop it for his own defender. That's Kennedy. Athens applying some pressure now. Colatarsi throws one wide. Virgili into the corner, gives chase. Picard there as well. Kennedy up the near boards. Athens trying to hold possession in the Thunderbird zone, but Carolina does a nice job to clear the puck. Picard right in front of his old goaltender. Athens will elect to slow it down and set up shop. Troy Murray with possession of the puck behind the net, and finally he'll bring it forward. Dumped into the Thunderbirds zone. Clearing attempt is turned over right in front. A good opportunity there for Athens, but Hunter Alden couldn't control the puck. He'll throw another one towards the frame, but that one misses just wide. Thunderbirds come the other way in the neutral zone. Good play by the Rock Lobsters and the captain, Carter Shinkarik, to not allow that attack to go any further. They'll reset. Here's Keeler. He'll throw one in. Bosted was there off the glass. We'll try and clear it out of the zone, and we'll do so. All the way down the ice. Johnson giving chase, but Jordan Gagnon will hold it behind his net, look for a clean pass and a clean breakout. 8:57 remaining here in the first. Puck turned over at the blue line. Another turnover that time by Jacob Schnapp, but Carolina able to retain possession behind the Athens net. Here's Schnapp. Throws it to the point. They'll have a shot on net. That gets blocked, and it looked like that might have stung a little bit for Matt Garcia. Malik Johnson will clear it to the neutral zone. Carolina will attempt to bring it back in. Garcia there will shove it all the way down the ice. And that one for sure is going to be an icing call. 7:54 remaining here in the first period. Carolina gets the early goal. We'll be back here on the Athens Rock Lobsters Network.
When I got injured, I was worried about
my future in the game. But you and your team's expertise reassured me from the start. And I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
Back here at Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena, Bryce Gobert with you. Carolina a 1-0 lead over Athens, 7:54 remaining in the first period. Athens allowing that goal on a delayed penalty. Carolina able to capitalize. And now Athens find themselves trailing for the second consecutive game. It'll be Salak Pastuka, and I'm guessing Panacek whenever he gets on the ice for the Carolina Thunderbirds. Coleman McKechnie taking the face-off here for Athens. Rock Lobsters going to have a little bit of meeting, trying to decide what they want to do off of this face-off. And it will be Panacek in against McKechnie. Face-off one back to the corner by McKechnie. Puck cleared out of the zone by Athens all the way down the ice. That one will not go for an icing. Kennedy for Carolina will give chase. Turned over. McKechnie right out in front. Had Reller there, but he could not control the puck. Still in the Carolina zone. Battling for it in the far corner. Reller at the blue line. Gets the turnover. The shot on net is saved by Cavalieri, with Portillo looming for a rebound, but a nice stoppage. 7:29 remaining here in the first. Athens with 6 shots compared to the Thunderbirds' 3. As they get ready for the face-off in the Thunderbirds' end. Face-off one. That was Virgili who won the draw, but Athens cannot contain control in the offensive zone. Back skating for is Troy Murray. A little bit awkward there for Joey Colatarsi. Ends up working out for the Rock Lobsters. Puck length of the ice, not an icing again. Here come the Thunderbirds. Jordan Gagnon throws it ahead all the way from his own end. Will skate behind the Athens Rock Lobsters goal line. He's taken down. No penalty coming. Here's Troy Murray. Controls it from his skates. Works his way out. Trying to force the issue. Will not be able to do so. Here's Virgili. Finally, puck comes back for Colatarsi. He'll find Picard. Thrown all the way down the ice. Athens will give chase. Turned over. Picard tried to control it, could not do so. And Gus Ford, good to see him back on the ice after he went down early after what appeared to be a puck to the face. Athens comes the other way. It's a great opportunity. A shot saved by Cavalieri. Garrett Milan had a good look at goal there, but the former captain for Pensacola unable to capitalize. 6:21 remaining in the first period. It'll be Milan on the faceoff. And here comes the other way. It's Carolina. Unable to control it. Another shot, and they score. Lane King going to find the back of the net off a nice pass from Roman Kramer. Kramer now extends his point streak to 3 as Carolina takes a 2-0 lead. Not what Athens would have hoped for. With 6:11 remaining in the first, they find themselves with a 2-goal deficit. Kramer with his second assist of the evening gives Carolina a 2-0 lead. Athens going to try and answer before the end of the period. They're on the attack now. Puck turned over deep in the Thunderbirds' end. It'll be Kennedy taking it the other way. Here's Salak in the corner. We'll try and throw one out. Nobody home to receive the pass, and it's sent all the way back down. And that will force Cavalier out of his net to stop the puck. Athens giving chase, applying the forecheck. Behind the net, it's Gagnon. He'll skate it forward. Throws one into the skates of Glukaryov, but it ends up getting through and goes in deep into the Athens end. Here's Keeley deep. Searching for a pass. We'll work it in the far corner. Watched closely by Troy Murray. Tries to throw one in front. Nicely guarded by Kolatarsi. And Athens almost had a break the other way with Malik Johnson, but he'll go off for a change after the turnover. Here are the Thunderbirds continuing to apply pressure on this Athens team. 4:53 remaining in the period. They'll set up shop behind their own net. That's James Farmer. Gus Ford telling him to hold on a second. Farmer being watched very closely by Philip Virgili. Or excuse me, that is Daniil Glukaryov. Not looking to go fast at all here and just sitting behind the net of Cavalieri. Finally, Athens applies some pressure. Throwing up the near boards. Back in their own zone, finally in the neutral zone. Here come the Thunderbirds across the blue line. And a shot is just thrown wide. Turnover, here comes Athens the other way. Reller across the blue line, can't control it. Glukaryov will try and recover. He loses his stick. And here's Kramer. He'll go off for a change after dumping it in. Matt Garcia will take it the other way for Athens. Cavalieri pushes one along. Virgili. Picard now in on the action. Nice lift of the stick there by the Rock Lobsters and Kaysen Galan. Puck comes to the neutral zone, and another scoring opportunity upcoming here for the Thunderbirds, but nicely defended by Carter Shinkarik and the Rock Lobsters. Shinkarik will play catch with Riley Robertson. Robertson sends it forward into the neutral zone. Gallant will give chase. All the way behind the Thunderbirds net. 2-0 here for the Thunderbirds. Just 3 minutes remaining in the first period. First goal was scored on a delayed penalty call on Athens. The second one, just a nice pass on his second assist of the night for Roman Kramer. Lane King was the one to put it in the back of the net. Athens 2-on-1 behind the goal line. Virgili there comes away with it. We'll skate on the near boards, pass it back to the point. It'll be Robertson who throws it back in deep. Picard couldn't stop it behind the net. Athens retains possession. It'll be Picard in the far corner. Couldn't control it cleanly, and the Thunderbirds with Schnapp will skate it out of the zone. They'll wait for some help before skating forward. Nice pass, throws it across. And they're going to blow that one dead for offsides. Apologies for the stream freezing here. With 2:13 remaining, that will take us to another TV timeout. Carolina 2, Athens nothing here on the Athens Rock Lobsters Network.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
Back at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena, the Athens Rock Lobsters currently trail the Carolina Thunderbirds 2-0. Bryce Gobert here with you on this Friday night. Again, a happy belated Thanksgiving to everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed all of their turkey and mac and cheese or your favorite foods. Athens find themselves in a deficit here, down 2-0 on a goal by Lane King. That was the second. Here's Garrett Milan in on the draw against his opposite number 10, Gus Ford. Milan wins it, and Athens will go forward with it. Trying to find at least cut the deficit to 1 before the end of the period. They had an opportunity to do so, but couldn't get a shot on net. Quickly the other way, here are the Thunderbirds in and around. It's Gagnon. Puck thrown towards the blue line and dumped back in. Shinkarik there. We'll find a man at the blue line who skates it forward. That's Malik Johnson. Throws it in deep. Hunter Alden gives chase to it. Riley Robertson pinches. Shinkarik at the blue line. Nice move around one. Hands a pass off the shot near side. A good save. Tried the wraparound attempt, but could not get it to go. Garrett Milan tried to be sneaky. Puck in the near corner. Alden fighting for it. Another pinch. Athens has to be careful here. It could be a 2-on-1 here for the Thunderbirds. A misfire pass. Ford could not corral it. Rock Lobsters able to get back defensively. And a minute remaining here in the first period. Carolina comes the other way. It's Salak. He'll get it back but can't control it. Nicely defended by Joey Colatarsi. Still with possession, it's Carolina deep in the Athens end. 45 to go in the first. Panacek. Back to Salak. Tried to throw the puck in front, but it deflected off of Troy Murray's skate. And Athens will send it the other way. Kennedy being chased by Picard. A little bit of a hook there. Don't think it's going to be called. Mishandle it in the neutral zone. Puck thrown across the ice. A nice defensive effort there by Colatarsi to not allow Salak to get clean control of that puck. 15 seconds remaining now. Troy Murray will clear it out. Athens with one last attack. Here's Gallant. He's getting hooked. Panacek will clear it to the neutral zone. 2 seconds and 1. And that will do it for the end of the first period. Not the start that the Rock Lobsters would have wanted, finding themselves down 2-0 after the end of the first period. Shots right now showing 9-4 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. Had the better attack in the first half of that period, but could not find the back of the net. And that is how the first period will end. During the break, you'll get a chance to hear from head coach Steve Martinson, your head coach of the Rock Lobsters. He caught up with Mateen Rad a little bit earlier on this week as the Athens Rock Lobsters find themselves trailing to the Carolina Thunderbirds 2-0 here on the Rock Lobsters Network.
Welcome back to the Athens Rock Lobster Coach's Corner. During the first intermission, Matt Rad joined once again by head coach Steve Martinson. Coach Marty, last time we talked, we discussed about how the game against Columbus could be the start of a huge rivalry. It felt like it was everything we could have dreamed it would be on paper. It had almost every single ingredient for a great hockey game in the eyes of a neutral fan. From your perspective as a team's head coach, neutral fan. From your perspective as a team's head coach, what were the goods, the bads, and the uglies from that contest?
Well, obviously, number one is the win. I was pretty happy for Carter because he kept looking at me on the bench, and I used him as number 4 versus number 3. But he was giving me that stare like I got this, so that was fun to see him get the winning goal, in a place that he played at. And then I liked that we scored 5 goals. I didn't like that we gave up 5 goals. I thought we were a little bit sloppy defensively, and the tying goal, we had guys out of position, and it was kind of a lucky play. It was a tip in the high slot and just happened to be, top shelf. So it was a nice play for them, but I thought it was a little bit lucky. They just throwing the puck at the net. So we got to just shore that up a little bit defensively. But overall, to go in there and get the win, that's the number one thing.
The first couple of weeks of the season, we were talking a lot about the duo of Kason Gallant and Philip Virgili. They were dormant for a little bit there, but they really exploded against the River Dragons. In my talks with both Phil and Case, they both pointed out each other's speed as to why they think they've been successful together. Why do you think they've been one of the most successful duos that the Fed has seen this season?
Well, I mean, that is something that they can both skate. I mean, actually, I thought the whole line moves pretty good now. Picard, I think when he first got here, he wasn't in top shape, and he's in much better shape now, and he's moving faster in practice. So I think that line is it's a high skilled line, and they have good chemistry. I mean, that's part of having good chemistry is when you're a good guy. It's easy to have good chemistry when you're not selfish and you're a good team player. That's the easiest thing to have chemistry, and I think they're both likable guys. And the only problem, I'm Norwegian and Phil's Swedish, so that's the only knock I have him. But he plays a hard game and he plays a man's game, and he's a good guy to play with, and Gallant, like we talked about before, and watching this highlight tape, I mean, he's got a good shot and a quick release, and it's great that he's putting pucks in the net.
When Rock Lobster fans reminisce on this inaugural season and they take a look back, that goal from Kason with 5 seconds left to tie it up will be one of the first moments to come to mind. You need a goal late. You call the timeout. You empty the net. What are you saying to the boys before they take the ice there?
Well, we're talking about a face-off play that we're trying to do, and face-off plays, everything's got to go right. Number one, you got to win the draw. So, really what, you're trying to get, you like to have a backdoor guy. And one of the things that we talk about, depending on what side the puck is, we will sometimes identify who's the backdoor. So you don't have 2 guys standing in the back door. But just getting the puck to the net and having bodies to the net, he'd actually lost his stick on the rush and the defenseman lost it. But the key to that goal was their player made a selfish play, tried to score from the top of the circle. I think, he iced the puck and allowed us to have the timeout, get those guys rested, and that way you get one more rush. So if that guy just gets the blue line and chips the puck out or tries to get the red line and score, but I would doubt to see that guy out on the ice again if they're in that situation. But that's one of the things when you're up by 2 goals, sometimes you put guys out that you're trying to get a goal to. Maybe they're top scorers on the team and they're looking to lead the league. You know what I mean? There's reasons why you do that, but when you're 1 goal up, you got to put the 5 guys out that are going to just try to, make the right play and get the puck out and kill the clock.
The PK looked good overall on the night, but they stayed busy early on.
Yeah.
Frankly, Coach, that first period wasn't necessarily a comfortable one in Columbus. What do you think contributed to the slow start?
Well, one of the things when you're in a league that buses, so you're busing there the day of the game in the afternoon, and you're always looking to get out of that first period with it, without being behind. And so, that's one of the things that I'm not trying to make an excuse. It's just, when you have a team that busts in the afternoon and you're at home, you want to try to jump on them early. And it's a cliche. You always want to jump on a team early if you can, but you're trying to get through that, and then when you're taking penalties and you end up. I wasn't in love with all the calls of the game, but I rarely am. But sometimes we deserve a penalty, and sometimes we don't. But one of the things we addressed is, when you're forechecking, and we have some guys that are going to forecheck, and they're not going to run the guy through the boards. But we want to make sure that we're taking stick to stick. And I thought we had too many stick to blades to the shaft where we're slashing guys, and that's a lazy penalty. That's a bad penalty. We want to, forechecks, stick blade to stick blade, try to take away their passing options, and then, finish our check when we get there. So, we don't want to give that team. That's kind of their bread and butter is to be on the power play, because most of the teams have a top line, and the more power plays, the more you get into that game, your power play, especially if it's they're calling it both ways. But I think we have the best depth in the league, and typically we don't want to be giving the other team a bunch of easy power plays.
We got a little deeper too as we acquired D-man Stephen Ford from Blue Ridge. I've seen a ton of comments from Bobcat fans that display how much of a fan favorite he was. What went into picking up Stephen? Did seeing him play against us in Blue Ridge play a part of that? And will we see him play a part on Friday?
Yeah, he's playing Friday. It was really simple. I mean, he's a greasy guy, and he's a prick to play against. And that's why I picked him up. I mean, when the game gets greasy, you want to have guys that are gonna step up and say, okay, well, you want to play that way? Here we go. And that's, I noticed him when we played him. I'm like, who is this guy? And so, when he became available, I wanted, I want to have a defenseman. I want to have a physical defense. And I'm not saying that we don't have a physical defense, but when he became available, I just looked at it as, okay, here's a guy that can play against the other team's third line. Like, they've got Schnapp, and Schnapp does some really dumb stuff. I mean, annoying stuff that I watched him do. And so he's on the third line, and I wanted to have a defenseman that could play against guys like him that think that they're going to, I mean, if you're looking for trouble, Ford's more than happy to oblige you. But, he plays a physical game, and we got a lot of skill, and I just wanted to add another guy to the lineup that, isn't fun to play against.
We're heading back to Carolina, and they're a team that has been really red hot since losing to us. They've won 7 of their last 8. Of course, that one loss was against us. It seems likely because it was kind of a weird game in the two teams' first meeting, but are you expecting a different game from the last time around?
We got to remember the last time we played him, we didn't have Phil in the lineup,
yep.
and it was Orca's first game out. So we had 2 lines that were messed up. So, we got a better lineup than we had the last time we played him. So, but when you have a break like we've had, we gave the guys 4 days off because one of the things that you don't want to do, it's a long season, 6.5-month season. So when you get a chance to have a break, but then, you're hoping that when you come back, everybody's on point and ready to go. So I'm anticipating us coming out, and we got a really good group of guys, and they know that team's playing well, and they know they got to be on their A game to beat them.
How have you liked the look of Hunter Alden? He's kind of been the new look guy for that money line, which you've called the money line, with Malik and Garrett. How have you liked the look of Hunter with those two?
Well, he's a guy that doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's a smart player, and he moves his feet well. And really what you're trying to do is get a guy that can complement that line. And, Milan can carry the puck. And, if he's in a position to get the puck, that's one thing that we wanted, is somebody that's going to give him the puck so he can carry it and skate with it. But he's also got to be able to keep up because that's a fast line. So I think Alden does all those things. And, he's one of those guys that you can kind of play on any line. You can't do that with everybody. Play on any line and play any position. He's just kind of a really good all-around player.
Taking a look at the availability, taking a look at practice today, there was a ton of guys on the ice. It feels like you have decisions to make for this upcoming game. We know that Orca is likely still out for some time. Besides that, do you have pretty much your whole team to pick from?
Yeah, I think everybody's cleared and ready to go except for Orca. So I got to make I haven't made the decision yet. I'm leaning different ways, and I haven't decided 100%. But we've got a lot of options, and I like to have us like a big team and fast, and so it's getting more competitive.
It's getting closer to that time, Coach. December 6th, the first ever home game for the Rock Lobsters in Athens Ford Arena. I know you've been in the building, and it's simply state of the art. How ready are you? How ready is the team to get on the home ice for the first time?
Well, we can't wait. We can't wait, and I give the players a ton of credit. I mean, we're busting 3 hours a day to practice. An hour and a half each way, and that gets old. It's old for me, and the guys don't complain about it. They're good group of guys, and I'm sure they're really looking forward to getting in the arena. And one of the reasons they all came here is, people want to play in Athens. It's a great town to be in, and if you're a young player and the college campus there in a college town, and especially for the guys that didn't play college hockey, they get to live the college life. So, and it's a fabulous arena. It's going to be, there isn't a bad seat in the house, and I love the way the seating is steeper. It's not so steep that if you fall out of your seat, you're going to fall down the stairs. But what you like about that type of arena is it's louder. That you can hear the fans more, and we want it to be a fun place to go and enjoy the game and be able to see. I think they got some college student pricing, and we're hoping that place is packed every night.
Last question for me, Coach. As of recording this, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for this year?
Oh, I'm always thankful for, my kids being healthy, my family being healthy. I think, I'm like most people, I think, the biggest thing right now is, and regardless of which way you voted is because everybody has family members that voted different ways, and the country's so polarized. Is, I try to tell people, if families can't discuss the differences in politics, how do you expect anything to ever be fixed? Because I'm not a big fan of politicians on either side, but I just like to see the country kind of getting together and not being so, far left or far right.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Sure.
back ready here for second period action from the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Bryce Gobert here with you as the Athens Rock Lobsters trail the Carolina Thunderbirds 2-0 after 2 goals in the first period. The first one by Nate Keeley, getting his first of the season, assisted by Roman Kramer. That one came at 8 minutes and 17 seconds into the first period. The second goal for the Thunderbirds came off the stick of Lane King off a great assist by Roman Kramer, who got his second and extended his point streak to now 3 games. Getting the secondary assist on that goal was Gus Ford. We're back underway here for second period action. Face-off won and controlled by the Thunderbirds. Sent deep into the Rock Lobsters' end. A turnover. Puck sent into the neutral zone off a misfire. Bosted had to be quick on that reaction. That was a little bit awkward there. Shinkarik behind his net. We'll wait for everyone to get set up. He'll hand the puck off, and Athens will try and work their way up the ice. Turnover in the neutral zone. Here's Salak. He'll work his way around Robertson. Picard was also there. Puck loose in front, poked out. A nice job there by Bosted. Thunderbirds continue the pressure. Here's Gagnon. All the way around, all the way back up to the blue line. Throws one on net. That one just goes wide. Another quick shot, and they'll score. Just like that, only 55 seconds into the period. And the Carolina Thunderbirds take a quick 3-0 lead. Not what Athens was hoping for to start out this second period. An unfortunate turnover, and a puck that was sent in deep went well wide right of the net, or rather left of the net to the left of Bosted. Or excuse me, that's Rosenswag, and I believe that will be the end of the night for Rosenswag. New goalie in here for Athens. We'll try and get a number on who that is. But not the start to the period that Athens would have wanted. They'll try and work quickly the other way. Puck in the neutral zone, push forward. Gus Ford giving chase for Geely. Now for the Rock Lobsters. We'll push it forward. Athens struggling to maintain possession right now. Working the other way. Here's Kramer. He'll throw one for Ford deep in the corner. Works his way behind the net. Defended by Gallant. Here's the Thunderbirds. Kramer. Puck still here in the near corner. Fragili tries to throw it up the near boards, ends up turning it over. Another puck thrown towards goal, and that one doesn't make its way there. It'll be Jack Bosted now in net as Athens comes the other way with Gallant. Loses control of it in the far corner. Thunderbirds will go the other way. Bosted, a 25-save performance versus Columbus in the Rock Lobsters' last game. Comes in the second period in relief of Rosenswag. Reller giving chase behind the net of the Thunderbirds. Here's Reller in the far corner being watched by 2. Puck comes free back to the point. Thrown back deep into the corner. Takes an awkward bounce. Thrown in front. No Athens player there to corral it. Ford at the blue line will just chip it down deep. James Farmer will try and push out. Another turnover. Puck in front, and a good save there by Cavalieri. A net front opportunity for Reller. He could not convert. And with 17:30 remaining in the second period, Athens finds himself trailing by 3-0. Both teams will make wholesale line changes. Portillo in conversation at the benches with Jordan Gagnon. Being an offensive zone draw here for the Rock Lobsters to the left of Mario Cavalieri, who's won his last 4. Lost his first 2 games of the season, including one loss versus the Rock Lobsters. Again, apologies for the stream not loading. Try and get that fixed as quick as we can. Apologies for the stream lagging. Try and see if I pull it up. Thunderbirds will go the other way. Shinkarik will throw one across the center red. Here's Malik Johnson. Couldn't get a shot off. Picard will give chase in behind. Finds Johnson in the far corner. Johnson back to the point. Nobody was there. Bosted will quickly throw it up for Troy Murray. Murray in across the blue line. He turns it over. Athens retains possession. Virgili almost loses control, gets it back. Kolatarsi will throw it forward for Athens. Murray will give chase, nicely defended by Gagnon. And he'll throw it down the length of the ice, and that should be icing. 16:46 remaining here in the period, with Athens trailing by 3. Face-off will be to the right of Mario Cavalieri. It will be Virgili, who did not play in the last meeting between these two teams. He'll face off here against Gus Ford. And Ford able to win the draw. Gagnon throws it forward, turned over in the neutral zone. Athens able to clear out. Won't get the offsides tagged on him. Virgili back in deep on the forecheck. He gets taken down, no penalty called. Pushing it the other way is the Thunderbirds. Here's Gagnon. Working his way up the right wing. Will skate in behind. Guarded nicely and pushed off the puck by Murray. Physical battle down there in the corner. Here comes Athens the other way with Virgili. He has a man trailing. Thrown in front, and a good poke check there by Cavalieri to deny Athens a great scoring opportunity. It snapped quickly the other way. He'll throw one in to the right of Bosted. Puck in behind. Garcia tosses it back. Stephen Ford, newly acquired here to Athens. His first game as a Rock Lobster. Athens will just throw it to the far corner. Cavalieri comes out to stop that. Reller in on the attack. Pushed in and around. Reller in the slot. Can't control it. Tried to catch it with his skate. Couldn't do so. Now an on-man rush the other way. Here come the Thunderbirds. Thrown to the point. Ends up going in front of the net in the slot. Nobody could convert for the Thunderbirds. It's thrown back in deep. Bosted will stay in his blue crease, and it'll be slapped the other way. Garcia in the far corner. .14:06 remaining here in the period. Athens trailing by 3. We'll get a quick whistle, and that will lead us to a break. 3-0 Carolina as we are in the second period, 13:46 remaining.
Meet our professional team, where the best customer service is our promise. With over 5 decades of expertise, trust Stanfield to keep you comfortable. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com. Meet our professional team, where the best customer service is our promise. With over 5 decades of expertise, trust Stanfield to keep you comfortable. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
Back in Winston-Salem, Rock Lobsters trail by 3. 13:57 remaining in the period. It'll be a defensive zone draw upcoming here for Athens, with Cole McKechnie facing off against the veteran man and Peter Panacek. Pastuca lining up behind him in case they win the draw, unable to. Good win there by McKechnie, and Athens will clear it down the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Thunderbirds will try and go the other way. Getting hooked on his way in was Panacek. Shinkarik now with the puck on the left wing side. Skates across the blue line. Will throw it in and around. There to meet it on the other side is Justin Portillo. Panacek clears it to the near corner. Thrown all the way into the neutral zone down the ice. And chasing after it will be Riley Robertson, and that will draw another icing call. Four official shots on goal for Carolina in the first period, 9 for Athens. As Milan lines up for the face-off, cannot control it. Puck still behind their goal line, finally pushed up towards the blue line, just thrown back deep. And across they shoot. Oh, and an almost near goal-scoring opportunity there for Garrett Milan. Could not get all he wanted onto that one. Puck still in the Thunderbird zone. Finally knocked down and cleared out, and it's the other way. Patuska, couple of nice moves. Throws a centering pass. Nobody home to take it. Picard will go the other way for Athens. Tried to find Malik Johnson. Could not do so, and another odd man rush. But a nice job to get back by Malik Johnson. A shot from the slot is saved by Bosted. And another opportunity goes wide. Athens will go the other way with Shinkarik. Crosses center red, chips it down into the corner. Gagnon's there. Leaves it for King. Scored the first goal of this game, rather the second goal of this game, did King. Assisted by this man, in Kramer. He's guarded by 2 Rock Lobsters. Will have control of it in the far corner, but nicely defended by Troy Murray. Tried to poke it away. It's close at the net, but Bosted able to get a glove on it and stop it for a face-off. 11:55 remaining in the period. Rock Lobsters 0, Carolina 3. Rock Lobsters right now have the shot advantage 13-8. But just have not been able to find enough offensive zone control and have not been able to beat Mario Cavalieri. Bosted came in earlier in this period after a goal allowed by Rosenswag just 55 seconds in. Head coach Steve Martinson made the change. Virgili on the face-off against Keeley. Keeley wins it cleanly. Back to the point. Thrown into the near corner. In behind, it's the Thunderbirds. They go to the point. A shot from Kennedy and a nice toe save there from Bosted. In the corner, it's Petita, the captain for the Thunderbirds. He goes across to Whalen. Nicely defended by Virgili down low. Another turnover by Athens in their own zone. Puck caroms out in front. A nice active stick there by Alden to knock that one away. Athens quickly comes the other way. Turned over. Here's Solak. He fans on the shot. And it goes in behind. Alden working his way up the boards, guarded by Butita. Finally controlled by Solak in the Athens end. Solak guarded by Shinkarik. Finally gains control of it. Thrown back in deep, and Robertson will give chase to it on the far boards. Gallant with a nice move to gain control of it. He'll skate across the blue line. Tried to find Alden as he was streaking in, and a nice reverse check thrown there by Clay Keeley. Here comes Athens. Patuska. He'll give a shot and a nice pass there by Patuska. Was finding a streak in Panacek, but he couldn't get a clean shot off. Here comes Athens. They get a chance, but a nice block there by Kramer. Puck still thrown back in deep. Klukaryov finds Reller in the corner. He tried a centering pass, couldn't find it, tried it again, and his man McKechnie could not control it. Patuska will send it from the red line in. 9:52 remaining. Athens still trailing by 3. Another quick shot, and Bosted had to be quick with it. Thrown forward. Here comes Reller the other way. Reller, physical in the corner. Throws one off the back of the net, and Gus Ford for the Thunderbirds will take it and clear it up the ice. Kramer did not get the red line, dumps it in, but it is on net. Bosted will cover it up, and that will stop play. 9:23 remaining, a 3-0 Thunderbirds lead. Shots 14-9 in favor of Carolina, and that will take us to another break. 3-0, Rock Lobsters trail.
When I got injured, I was worried about
My future in the game, but you and your team's expertise reassured me from the start. And I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Athens trails by 3, 9:24 remaining here in the second period. Haven't had that much zone time here in the second half of the Rock Lobsters. For the most part, it's been all Thunderbirds laying the boom here on the Rock Lobsters. It'll be Ford, Kramer, and Schnapp, the line for the Thunderbirds. Johnson out there with Milan and Garcia, the forwards. Troy Murray and Philip Virgili as well out on the ice for Athens as they quickly come the other way. Here's Milan. Quick shot gets blocked. Nice job by the skate of Joe Kennedy to keep that one out. Here's Ford, crosses the blue line, skates in, shoots one just wide. It's sent back in deep. Ford, a centering pass, nobody home. It'll be Klukaryov to skate it forward for Athens. He gets knocked off the puck in behind. 3 Lobsters behind the goal line, unable to come up with the puck. And quickly the other way, here are the Thunderbirds. They shoot, and a great save there by Bosted on Gus Ford. Active with the glove, denies a scoring opportunity. Keeps this a 3-0 game. Giving chase in the corner, it's Robertson. Thrown in the slot, another shot, and that one kicked wide by Bosted. Finally poked out by Klukaryov, but didn't look like it actually fully crossed the blue line. So the Carolina Thunderbirds retain possession. Puck being pinned back deep. Carolina comes away with it. Shot quickly on net. That one just goes wide. Robertson finally gets the clearing attempt, but that one gets knocked down. A lot of pressure here being applied. Pushed along the near boards. Petita. Gagnon throws that one off the left blocker of Bosted. Far corner. Milan battling for it. Picard there as well. Klukaryov will finally get a chance to skate it out. And instead of dumping it and going for the line change, he gets blown up at the blue line. Big hit there applied by Clay Keeley. Carolina elects to slow it down. 7:20 remaining here in the period. Big hit there in the circle. Skating forward, it's Carolina. Nice defensive effort, and they do end up scoring. Petuska able to find the back of the net. And just like that, 4-0 Thunderbirds. And they are laying it on the Rock Lobsters right now. Again, apologies for the stream being laggy. I'm not quite too sure if that's on my end or if it's on the other end. But nonetheless, 4-0 4-0 Thunderbirds here in the second period. Athens just struggling to get anything going right now. They currently lead in the shots category by 1, but have been unable to find the back of the net and beat Mario Cavalieri. Thunderbirds win the draw. Thrown back in, Athens will press. Big hit laid on the far side of the ice. And a reverse check on that time. I believe that was Virgili who was the one that was knocked down due to the ice. Near corner, Virgili going to go back in for a battle with Andrei Simonchik. And it looks like we're going to have a delayed call here. We'll see who goes to the box, and I believe Athens is about to go to the power play, and they will. Andrei Simonchik. We'll see what the call is. And they're going to tag him for a slash. So Athens is going to get another chance as they go on the Pomona Park power play. Big opportunity here for the Rock Lobsters with 6:48 remaining in the second period. Chance to try and just get one goal back, maybe try and start and find some momentum. Gallant, Malik Johnson, and Garrett Milan in this first unit. Gus Ford and Jacob Schnapp, the penalty killers, the forward penalty killers for the Thunderbirds. Milan unable to win the draw. It's pushed back behind the net. Gallant will give chase as Carolina comes the other way with Kennedy. Skating in, far side, tries to throw a shot across, but he cannot find the net. Makes a great effort to throw that one all the way back to his defenseman to try and just kill some time off this clock. Shinkarik in his own end will reset here for Athens. .6:15 remaining in the period. Shinkarik, far side, will play catch, and we got a fight right in front of the net. Picard lands a big right, another big right, and they both go down to the ice. That one came from out of nowhere, and things are going to start to get chippy now. Excuse me, that was Malik Johnson, actually, with the fight, and he went toe-to-toe with James Farmer. So things starting to get chippy in Winston-Salem right now. We'll see if any extra penalties come from this. Athens with 1:18 remaining on the power play. Haven't really had that much of a setup, and that was an interesting time to pick a fight there, given the fact that you had offensive zone control with Shinkarik and Milan playing catch. Shinkarik and Petita in conversation with the referee. And I believe that it is going to stay and remain as a power play here for Athens. 6:06 remaining here in the second. Things starting to get really chippy in Carolina. Maybe that's the spark that Athens might have needed. Malik Johnson goes toe-to-toe again with James Farmer. Be another offensive zone draw here for the Rock Lobsters. Milan, puck being jammed up against the referee's skate, finally comes free. Virgili, Athens finally able to set up a power play attempt here. Gallant in behind. It's Milan looking for a pass. Will go to the point, and unable to control it was Shinkarik. That one just rolled right off of his stick and all the way down to his own end. Under a minute remaining on the power play. Here's Milan skating forward. Looking for a pass. We'll throw it off the boards back to Shinkarik. Virgili passes it along for Gallant. And front. Virgili with a chance in the slot. Couldn't convert. Fanned on the attempt, but gets it back. Shinkarik at the point. Virgili skates in. He'll rip a shot, and it's right into the breadbasket of Mario Cavalieri. 5:18 remaining in the period. Athens getting some good looks right now. But again, just struggling to find a way to beat Cavalieri. And Cavalieri looks like he's pointing that faceoff should be out of the zone. I'm not sure why. And it looks like this faceoff is coming out of the zone. Interesting here by the officials. Not sure why that faceoff comes out of the zone. But nonetheless, Athens with 29 seconds remaining on the power play will try and find at least one. Troy Murray in his own end, being watched closely by Schnapp. Will gain some momentum and head forward. Murray brings it in, has Alden. He'll take it. Rings it around the boards. Troy Murray at the point. Hands it to Kalatarsi, whose shot gets blocked, and that one comes out of the zone. 3 seconds left on the power play, and that will do it. Athens now 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. Win 1 for 5 in their last game. Still struggling to get that power play going. Here's Salak the other way. Gets it to Ford. He's around one. Gus Ford with a chance. Fires one wide to Bosted. Gets his own rebound. Delayed call coming up on Athens. And the Rock Lobsters will go on the penalty kill. Athens 6 of 8 on the penalty kill their last game. 81% on the season. And we'll see who the penalty is on and what that penalty is when we come.
When I got injured, I was worried about
My future in the game, but you and your team's expertise reassured me from the start. And I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
Athens going to the penalty kill. Delayed call ended up being touched by the Rock Lobsters. See, we can tell you who that penalty was on. And it looks like it's going to be on number 4, Joey Kolatarsi, for a 2-minute minor for slashing. Athens been good on the penalty kill this season. They win the faceoff. And clear at the length of the ice. Thunderbirds will reset in their own end. As they come the other way, here's Patuska looking for a pass. Ends up finding Panacek. Puck dumped in, and a nice defensive play there by Robertson, but he cannot clear. Panacek at the blue line, skates it in the near boards. Down deep in the corner, Panacek hands off a pass to Batia. Works it all the way to the point. Salak, Batia in the corner. Looking for a pass, will end up shooting it, and Bosted had to be aware of that one. Hits off of his chest protector and down to the ice. Ends up covering it up. 3:40 remaining in this second period with Athens on the penalty kill. Some pushing and shoving after the whistle. The Thunderbirds finally take the shot control lead, 17-16 now. Athens really hasn't done all that much offensively in this period. Had the power play, but were unable to do anything with it. Here's Nate Keeley on the faceoff. It's poked backwards by Kramer, and finally to the point. Gagnon across the ice. Gets it to King. He and Ford will play toss back and forth. Kramer down low. Loses control of it for a second. Gains it back. King. Back to the point for Ford. He'll rip one on net, and that one goes wide. Not sure if Bosted got a piece of it. Still with possession is the Thunderbirds. Finally poked out by Athens. And with 49 seconds left, the Thunderbirds will reset. They enter their way back into the zone. Here's King being watched by Gallant. Hands a pass back to Ford. Ford skates around one, around two. Throws one to the slot, but unable to convert on that opportunity was Nate Keeley. Robertson will ring it hard around the glass, and that one will go the length of the ice. Gives Athens a chance to change. With 20 seconds now, the Thunderbirds will go the other way. Panacek back to Ford. Crosses center red. Is met there by an Athens forward. That was that was Picard. Butia throws it ahead. 6 seconds remaining on the power play. In the near corner, Salak behind the net. Power play is over. Thrown towards goal, and it ends up bouncing high into the corner. Salak able to gain control of it. 2:11 remaining in the period. Garcia off the boards. Cannot clear. It hits off an Athens player. And he will just wait behind the net. That's Garcia. Minute 50 remaining here in the second period. Athens trailing by 4. Troy Murray pushes it forward. Athens turn it over in the neutral zone. It'll be Kennedy in his own face-off circle. Passes it forward. Puck deflects into the bench, and that will be a stoppage of play. A minute 33 remaining here in the second period. Athens, again, trailing by 4. Shots 18-16 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. In favor of the Thunderbirds. Athens trying to find a spark here late in this second period with a face-off at center ice. Panacek versus Milan. Puck is dropped. One over towards Virgili's side. Athens unable to gain control of it. Gallant runs into the official. Poked in by Salak. Bosted out of his net to play it. Rings back around to Robertson, who can't control. Puck on edge in the far corner. Here comes Athens the other way. Time ticking down towards a minute remaining here in this second period. Kennedy will finally gain control of it in his own zone and try and force the issue. He continues to push it forward and throws it all the way down. No icing called as he was across center red. Shinkarik sends one forward, hoping to find a streaking Virgili, but he cannot, and that will be icing. So a defensive zone face-off here for the Rock Lobsters. Going to try and not let any more goals in before the end of this period. With this relentless Thunderbird attack. Athens trying to get their player personnel situated on the ice. It looks like it'll be number 10 versus number 10 on the draw. That's Ford versus Milan. Nice face-off win there by Ford. Puck thrown towards the net. Gets deflected before it can get there, but Kramer had an opportunity, could not control it. Another puck in the slot. It looks like we have a broken stick on the ice. Ford in the near corner. 22 seconds remaining. A shot and a centering shot ends up going wide. That is a broken stick on those far boards. 15 seconds now remaining. Athens struggling to get it out of their own zone. A centering chance. Ford gets stuffed at the net. Great toe save there by Bosted. And that will do it to end the second period. Carolina able to find 2 more goals in that second period, but it could have been a 5th if not for a great save there at the end for Bosted. Jack Bosted, again, 25 save shutout in his last game. And it looks like we have some trash talk in there between Cavalieri and Stephen Ford. Some pushing and shoving after the whistle. And with Athens trailing by 4, just again trying to find maybe a spark to try and get some momentum in this fourth period. Malik Johnson, who dropped the gloves earlier on in the second period, in the middle of that. Steve Harrison telling his players to get off the ice. You can see him up there in the suit. Players still chatting it up on the ice, and why not? So they're having to be separated right now. And it looks like everybody's going to be able to get off the ice cleanly. Not the second period that Athens would have won it after trailing 2-0 after the first. They let in 2 more goals. A goalie change. Nick Bosted lets in 1 after Josh Rosenswag let in the first one just 55 seconds into the period. It was a goal scored by Clay Keeley. He gets his second of the season. And that will send us to our intermission. Athens trails 4-0 here on the Rock Lobsters Network. Athens trails 4-0 at the second period break. Now you get a chance to take a listen as Mateen was able to catch up with the captain, Carter Shinkarik, earlier on this week.
Rock Lobster fans, it's time for another intermission interview here on the Rock Lobster broadcast. Matt Rad, joined by Rock Lobster captain Carter Shinkarik. Shinks, this is the first time we've talked to you since you've been given the C. Did that mean something to you, or is it just business as usual?
Obviously it's a big honor, and what I'll say about that is we got lots of leaders in the locker room. It's a patch on the jersey. The one that really matters is the logo. So honor, yeah, but I don't really think about it too much. We have a lot of older guys that a lot of voices in the room. So it's leadership by committee on this team.
As everyone knows, you were the top pick in the FPHL expansion draft this past year, and that is looking like a slam dunk pick for this organization. Will you talk about how you evaluate your start to the season?
The boys are playing well. I mean, we're 9-1. I think we'd like to be 10-0, and in my opinion, we could easily be 10-0. But considering our schedule, practice, we're driving an hour and a half to and from, and all our games are on the road. So we're pretty ecstatic where we're at as a first year organization in the league. So something we'll continue week by week, trying to polish and shine our game, and every goal is to win every game. I know maybe not the most realistic one, but with our roster and how we play and our structure and our standards, there's no reason why any game that we play that we shouldn't win.
You're coming off a win against Columbus. I want to kind of break down my questioning about that game into three different parts. First, you were back in the Columbus Civic Center, and I know you spent just a year there, but I was legitimately seeing written comments from River Dragon fans saying, maybe we should have protected this guy in the draft. Was making the team, the fans, the powers that be in Columbus rethink that decision something that motivated you at all? And what was it like making your first return to Columbus?
Yeah, I think any time a player returns to a team that they played on, especially the year before, it's a little bit more special of a game. But I had a great season there. I met a lot of great people, and I wasn't coming for vengeance. No matter what opponent or we play, I think everyone, doesn't matter the history or the background, they want to win, and focus on the team I'm on now with the boys in the organization. And it always is kind of nice, little breaking rights to beat old team, but I'm still buddies with guys on the team, and talk to the coach, and it's not definitely didn't part ways on bad terms by any means. They talked to a lot of staff and fans there, so it was cool day, cool moment, and the game couldn't have gone any better. So cool moment, but really it's another game, another one for us.
Secondly, I want to talk about that last gasp game-tying goal from Kason Gallant. Everything just seems to happen so fast on that play. You pick up the puck at the blue line on a failed clearance from Columbus, and you don't even look back up. You know that there's just seconds left, and you send the puck back in the general direction of the net. It lands in front of Kason, who knocks it in to tie it up late. Celebrations turn into a bit of a jousting between the two teams, and you end up going into the box. Can you just take us through that whole roller coaster of that? Man, it was maybe just 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're down one late in the game, time's running out. I think you're just throwing the puck on net and seeing what happens, and good job in case to be hungry for the puck and around the net. Most goals are scored right in front of the net, so good job for our boys crashing the net. And there's a saying, you got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good, and our team's resilient. We're finding ways to win. I think we'd like to win by a few more goals and get 3 points out of every win instead of 2 and going to overtime and shootout. But chaotic play, but it's kind of a testament to our systems of just standards and principles. You put pucks on net and you drive the net, and good things happen, and that was the case with that goal there.
You brought up the shootout, and finally that leads us to that move that you pull out of your arsenal, which it must have taken guts. You go forehand, backhand, bar down on your shot. Is that just reading the goalie there, or is that a move that you work on in practice?
Yeah, I think every player probably has their 2-3 moves that they feel comfortable with, and some guys go into shootouts and they have a pre-made plan of what they're going to do, and some people just kind of wing it and see what the goalie's going to give them. So I played against that goalie last year, Willie. Great guy, great goalie. A move he should have seen a couple times last year. So I talked to him after and was bugging him all good stuff. But just that was actually my first ever shootout goal that I've had. I think I was 0 for 5 until then, or 3 or something. So glad I got the monkey off of the back and then opportune time.
I want to ask you, Carter, about the way that you play your position as a blue liner. A lot of hockey fans will know that on the power play, for example, that there is the quarterback role, which you play on the power play. But interestingly enough, it kind of feels like a role that you play 5-on-5 too. It's reminiscent to me of, I watched a lot of Ottawa Senators in my day. It reminds me a lot of how a young Erik Karlsson played the game. Being a D-man with forward experience, who are your influences for your current position, and how do you sum up your style as a D-man?
Yeah, you try to play complete game, right? I spent the first 7 years of my pro career and all junior and college playing forward. So old habits die hard. When I'm out there, it's definitely more forward, offensive mentality. When I had to learn the position of D, you're looking at the Cale Makar, the Charlie McAvoy, Adam Fox, and all the Hedman, all those guys, and you just try to learn off them. You're watching hockey, you're watching highlights of them. What are they doing in certain situations, and you're just you're trying your best. You're trying to learn every day, every week, every year, and for a lot of guys this year, it's clicking, and we're firing all cylinders. A lot of guys are having great years, and that's why we're off to a great start of the season.
I talked with Millsy 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we talked about the chemistry between you two. It's so interesting to me because when you're talking about chemistry between two teammates on a hockey team, you're usually either talking about two line mates or you're talking about a D pair. And yet it seems like you two just bring out similar traits in one another. How do you explain that chemistry?
Like Millsy's from the West Coast up in Canada. We live very close to each other, and you're kind of brought up in a certain system of kind of where you play, and had great coaches, played in similar leagues growing up. So I think the mentality is pretty simple, and him and I have had, long talks in the off season of how we want to operate our team and, what standards we want to set. He's a great player. It's fun to play with him, and it's really easy to play with a player like Mills and find some chemistry, and he's finding it with Mallow, and then when Orca, before he unfortunately got injured. So it's just we have a lot of good players on the team with good hockey minds, and it's clicking at the start of the year. So we're continuing to try to improve, and we have a good product. We want to make it the best product we can, but we're fortunate to have him, fortunate to have a lot of players, and you can never have too many good hockey minds and players on a team.
Last question, Shanks. We know how clean of an eater you are. The fans already know that you're a fruit connoisseur, if you will. But as of this recording, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I know in reality for you, as a Canadian, Thanksgiving was a month ago. But what are you putting on your plate for Turkey Day?
All of it. I love Thanksgiving meals, so big stuffing guy. You'll get the turkey. I like the dark meat, but you get the cranberry sauce, the pumpkin pie, the potato casseroles, anything, and green beans. I like it all. So we had to try to switch the day of our Thanksgiving meal. We didn't want to have it the day before a game because I think guys would be a little slow foot out there. So we'll have something as a team. It'll be a great team bonding experience, and who doesn't like scarfing down plate after plate of Thanksgiving feast and meals. So it'll be great.
Hope you enjoy it, Shanks.
Thank you. All right.
Rock Lobsters with a big hill to climb here in this third period. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Piedmont Athens Regional, helping Georgians all around to get better. At Aikens Ford, Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, and Jeep. Stanfield Air Systems. Air conditioning and heating since 1968. First American Bank and Trust, banking your way. And Terrapin Tap Room. Head over to Terrapin Tap Room at 265 Newton Bridge Road in Athens, Georgia for merchandise giveaways, Hockey 101, and exclusive fan deals. So big shout out to all of our sponsors as the second intermission has officially concluded. We'll head to one more commercial break before we get back. Give you a rundown of what's happened so far here on the Athens Rock Lobsters Network.
Since 1968, we've been your trusted source for home comfort. From then to now, we've evolved, but our commitment to your comfort remains unchanged. Experience the expertise that only decades of dedicated service can provide. Trust Stanfield. We've been keeping homes comfortable for over 50 years. Your comfort, our legacy.
Third period about to get back underway. Athens again find themselves in a pretty decent sized hole as players make their way to the penalty box. Two goals in the first period for the Carolina Thunderbirds, scored by Nate Keeley and Lane King. Then Clay Keeley in the second period, just 55 seconds in, followed by another one by Yuri Petuska. That one 12 minutes and 51 seconds into the second period. So it looks like we will be starting this period, by the way it looks, as possibly 4-on-4. Two players in the penalty box. Again, that's Lane King for the Carolina Thunderbirds. And for Athens, it'll be number 18, Stephen Ford. Athens quickly goes the other way. Robertson in, chasing the puck in deep. Malik Johnson with it, tries a centering pass, gets intercepted by Petuska, who will just dump it down the length of the ice. And that one will be icing. So Athens, 19:34 left here in this third period, get an offensive zone draw off of an icing call. And a big chance here to possibly, with less players on the ice, maybe steal a goal, make the deficit cut down to 3. It'll be Virgili on the faceoff, going against Peter Panacek to the right of Cavalieri. Panacek wins the faceoff. Puck's skating along the far boards, sent back deep, knocked down by Gallant at the blue line. Nice job to keep it in from Troy Murray. Gallant will throw one across the ice. It's taken by Petuska, and he'll skate it out of the zone, chips it in and around Troy Murray, and he'll go off for a line change. And a zoned in, it's Gordon Whalen. Will take it behind his own net and stop and wait for his team to get up ice. Throws one forward for Kramer. Gets it to Ford. Fans on the shot. Excuse me, that's Patia. Nice job skating in and around one. That's Gagnon, and a shot right into the breadbasket of Bosted, who stops it with 18:44 remaining in the period. Athens going to try and find a way back into this game, have to defend a defensive zone draw. If the score does hold up, it will snap Athens' 5-game winning streak, and will give the Carolina Thunderbirds their own 5-game winning streak, or rather 6-game winning streak. Here comes Malik Johnson. His shot gets blocked. Ford will take it in his own slot, skates around a couple, finally dumps it out into neutral ice. 19 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Here's Shinkarik. Skates it forward across the blue line, runs into his own man and Malik Johnson. Throws it back to Shinkarik. Far point shot just goes wide from Robertson. 4-on-4 has concluded. So back to even strength for both sides. Here's Jacob Snap. Snap throws it in, bounces it off the pads of Bosted. Reller in the corner. Excuse me, that's Alden. Gets pickpocketed at the red line, and here come the Thunderbirds the other way. Petita tries to center a pass. That one gets deflected in and behind. Thunderbirds able to retain possession. Alden tried to poke one up the boards, couldn't do so. Virgili finally gets a stick on it and clears it to center ice. For Nate Keeley, who skates it all the way back to his own end. Carolina electing to play the slow game here in this third period. They'll finally cross the red line. Hard hit there on Panacek by Joey Kolatarsi. Troy Murray in his own end being watched closely. Will throw one up the boards. Does not get it clear of the zone and the slot. Here's Salak. Panacek spins away from one. Gets it back to Salak behind the goal line. Throws a pass in front. Nobody home in the slot to take care of it for the Thunderbirds. Athens will dump it down the other way, with Picard giving chase in the far corner. He's closed off of it nicely by Gordon Wallen. And now a far pass is going to be blown dead for offside. They're going to call it intentional offside, so that faceoff is going to go all the way back into the Thunderbird zone. So an offensive zone draw upcoming here for Athens. Neither team really able to do much on that 4-on-4 opportunity to start the period. 16-17 remaining in this third period. Virgili on the face-off, can't control it. Puck comes around, skated out of the zone, and finally dumped to neutral ice, where the Rock Lobsters will take control in their own end. Push forward, tipped in. No icing as it was tipped. Cavalieri out of his own net to play that puck. Push forward by Kramer to Ford, and now Schnapp far side. Matt Garcia in his own end being watched by Gus Ford. Schnapp now battling for it with Stephen Ford, and finally the Rock Lobsters able to come the other way. Odd man rush here for Athens, but can't do anything with it. They turn it over, and now it's the Thunderbirds' turn for an odd man rush. Backhanded opportunity off the pad of Bosted. Not really a threat there by James Farmer. Another shot, that one off the blocker of Bosted. 5 minutes in, he's had to be active early on. Gallant thought he had more time than he did. Tried the clearing attempt, gets gloved down, and the Thunderbirds unable to put a puck on net. Reller will just clear it off the boards and out to neutral ice. Shinkarik pokes one along. Here come the Rock Lobsters. Aaron pass goes back out to the neutral zone, and the Rock Lobsters need to be careful. Here's Butia, his shot. That one off the blocker of Bosted. He's been good here in this third period so far. Faced 3 shots and has looked good and comfortable saving all 3 of them. Turnover in the neutral zone. Another shot. That one a blocker save by Bosted from Gordon Wallen. Malik Johnson on the far boards, battling with Salak. Riley Robertson, now it's Salak. Salak toe drags, gets around one, gets around another, and another save by Bosted, this time off the right pad. A quick pass forward here, but it cannot be connected with Malik Johnson, and that will go down as an icing call. 14-12 remaining here in the third period. Athens trails by 4 on the Athens Rock Lobsters Radio Network.
When I got injured, I was worried about my
future in the game, but you and your team's expertise reassured me from the start, and I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive.
How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here. You look good.
Appreciate you.
It's a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
.12 remaining here in the third period. Rock Lobsters trail by 4 to the Carolina Thunderbirds. The second meeting of 3 between these two sides this season. Both of them being played at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Athens Rock Lobsters open up their first home game in their new arena on December 6th. You can visit rocklobstershockey.com to secure your seats for the 2024-25 season now. You got season tickets, mini plans, and group plans available. Puck sent along. Malik Johnson forces a turnover, but the clearing attempt is kept in nicely by Patuska. Salak with a shot, and that one goes in. Salak on a tough angle shot, able to beat Jack Bosted. And that's the 5th goal of the night for the Carolina Thunderbirds. And what is becoming a landslide, what's going to look like a victory here for Carolina. Bosted had the right angle on it, just not much he could do. Was positioned right, but Salak goes near post, right over the blocker of Bosted. And is able to beat him. It went in and out real quick, hit off that back bar. And just like that, Athens find themselves trailing by 5. Haven't seen any of the chippiness carry over that we saw at the end of the second period. Here come the Thunderbirds again on the attack. Here's Schnapp. Working his way in, nicely defended. Schnapp gets the turnover forced. Poked around, a shot in by Ford, and Bosted controls it nicely. Some extracurricular activities afterwards, and just said, not much pushing and shoving, and what we saw at the end of that second period carrying it over, but just like that. All it takes is one shove for someone to get a little bit too upset and drop the gloves. We've already had 2 fights tonight. One 5 seconds into this game, another coming in that second period with Malik Johnson. Rock Lobsters have really been shut down offensively. Had the shot advantage after the first period, and a quick opportunity here is not able to be converted. Nice poke check around. Picard will skate it out. Troy Murray in his own end will skate it forward for Athens. Gallant shoves one in and around. Taking a tumble in that opposite end was Gagnon. A slap shot just misses the net from the point. Murray in deep. Defenseman playing forward. Gets tangled up with the official turnover. And here come the Thunderbirds the other way. Push to the opposite corner. Retaining possession are the Thunderbirds. It goes in and around. Colatarsi tried the clearing attempt. It got batted down on the near boards. He's still fighting for it. Gallant in now will backhand it to center ice. Giving chase will be Picard. He comes up with it. Does not have the numbers to go forward. Will just dump it in. Virgili now in on the attack. Body puts a body on Butia. It'll be James Farmer to push it the other way. Malik Johnson going for it. He gets taken down. That's got to be an interference call, and it will be. So Athens a chance on the power play. They're 0 for 2 here so far tonight. And it looks like arguing the call is going to be James Farmer, but it was a pretty clear and obvious interference there on Malik Johnson. 12:08 remaining here in the third period. An offensive zone draw upcoming for the power play here for the Rock Lobsters. Almona Park power play. Athens trails 5-0. See who the Rock Lobsters put out on this power play. Looks like it's going to be the same 5 that they've had for their previous 2, with Virgili and Shinkarik at the point. Malik Johnson, Garrett Milan, and Kaysen Gallant, the forwards. Puck gets cleared up right away, all the way down the length of the ice. Athens will reset behind their own net with Shinkarik. He fires a pass forward, finds Virgili, floats one into the far corner. Gallant gets his stick in there to knock down that attempt, and then looks like he's going to get called for a penalty here. They're going to say he tripped him into the boards. So 1 minute and 36 seconds remaining on that Athens power play, and we're going back to some 4-on-4 hockey. Steve Martinson not going to be happy with that, having that man advantage to just be taken away. After this 1 minute and 36 seconds expire, it's going to be a 24-second power play upcoming for the Thunderbirds. Face-off is won by Milan. Robertson in his own slot going to be able to gain control of it. Mishandle's going to have to skate back for it. Shinkarik behind his own net will play to Robertson, who skates it forward. Johnson pushes it ahead into the attacking zone. Chasing his own dumping attempt is now Johnson, battling with Gus Ford. Turned over and skated out by Clay Keeley. Gagnon tried a centering pass for Keeley, but he couldn't get there, and Athens going the other way. Shinkarik thought he had a man streaking down the right side, threw it over to the near boards, but nobody was there. 46 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4 before it turns into a Thunderbird power play. Troy Murray, far boards, watches that one go all the way around. Stretch forward. Drouin in on the attack, battling with Troy Murray. Kicks it to his stick. Kolatarsi helps him out. Murray with possession. 20 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Here's Murray. Hands it off in front. Kolatarsi throws one in, and a pad save there by Cavalieri. Another attempt. That one deflects high and up into the netting. And that will bring a stoppage of play with 10:19 remaining in this third period. Shots 28-18 right now in favor of the Thunderbirds. It'll be McKechnie in to take the face-off against Panacek. McKechnie now comes in to go to the right wing. That's Malik Johnson standing behind, but face-off won't be won to him. Thunderbirds control it. Kennedy will wait for the 3 seconds to expire. And it turns into a power play now for Carolina. 19 seconds on it, so not much time. Murray in his own end. Clearing attempt, not able to do so. Salak with the puck, now being battled for by McKechnie. A quick shot and a blocker save by Bosted, high up, glove down by Panacek. Gagnon throws one to the point. The shot comes in, it gets blocked, and that will do it for the power play. Being battled for behind Bosted. 3 Rock Lobsters there. Gallant is the one to come away with it, and he's coming forward with speed. Gallant has the puck poked away from him. Another delayed call, and it looks like Panacek is going to be going to the box. 9:26 remaining in the third period, and the Rock Lobsters, who had a power play just a few moments ago, got it neglected on a 4-on-4, will now get another chance at it. 9:26 remaining. Athens trails by 5.
When I got injured, I was worried about
My future in the game. but you and your team's expertise reassured me from the start. And I'll always be grateful for your part in keeping my dreams alive. How you doing?
Well, I didn't know you were going to be here. You look good.
Appreciate
It's
you.
a good-looking ankle.
I'm trying to tell you.
Rock
Lobsters.
Rock
Lobsters.
Rock the rink.
Here for fun.
Promo night.
Let's get it done.
Opening night.
Let's go.
B-52s.
Ready for the show?
Teddy bear toss.
Don't you know?
Hockey and hops.
Let drinks flow.
Glow night sprite.
Bring the light.
Witch's broom.
Sorting hat. Wizard night. And you shall not pass.
Greek nights here.
Feel the cheer.
Stick it to cancer.
We're all here.
Pucks and paws.
Hockey and dogs.
Teacher appreciation.
Bring the squad.
Military pride.
Standing tall.
Faith and family.
All have a ball.
First responders.
Heroes true.
Star Wars night.
May the force be with you.
Golf nights coming.
Swing away.
Rock Lobsters.
Let's play.
Red,
White,
red,
white,
red,
white, blue.
Athens hockey, it's all new. Red,
White, red, white, red, white,
blades.
Athens hockey, here to stay.
Let's get ready.
Gang day.
Back at Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Gonna redo the face-off here. Athens with another chance on the power play. So far, 0 for 4 tonight on the Palmetto Park power play. Milan gonna be facing off against his opposite number 10 in Gus Ford. Some more delays. Face off one backwards by the Thunderbirds. Gladiators, or excuse me, not the Gladiators, the Rock Lobsters, able to control. Fanning on the attempt was Milan. And behind it's Johnson. He'll play it up the near boards to Milan. He can't control it. Gus Ford will take it across the blue line and dump it down the length of the ice. Bosted there to control it. Shinkarik will reset in his own end. Finds a streaking Milan up the ice. Right wing side. Milan back to the point. Shinkarik doesn't have anybody opposite of him, so has to play it back to Milan, who's being covered by two. Finally an open man by Gallant for Geely. Shinkarik, and it's poked away by Batia. Short-handed opportunity. He misses the net. Here comes Virgili. Off the rebound, skates it in. Into the near corner. Milan was there. Shinkarik at the point where will control. Opposite side, Johnson. Shinkarik at the point. Skating around one. He'll hand it off to Milan. Milan looking for an open lane. Player goes down in the slot. That's Virgili. Sticks tangled up. That's Johnson who's fighting for it. Milan in the corner. Now it's Shinkarik. Gallant, far side. 34 seconds remaining on the power play. Shot. That one just misses the net, and it goes up into the netting. And that will bring a stoppage of play. 7:55 remaining in the third. 29 seconds left on the power play opportunity. Defensive zone draw here for the Thunderbirds to the right of Mario Cavalieri. Down to a knee on the faceoff was Alden. He could not win it. Kennedy will send it down the length of the ice, which brings Bosted out of his net. Here's Kolatarsi. 17 seconds remaining on the power play. Skating it up the ice is Alden. Will hold up in the corner. Looked like he was going to throw it towards the net. Turnover deep in the defensive end. McKechnie able to retrieve it, but skating past that one was Picard. And the Thunderbirds are going to be able to clear it, and that will do it for the Pomona Park power play. Kolatarsi goes down in his own end. No penalty called. Murray playing defense now behind his net. Petuska throws one in front for Salak. That one was steered away nicely by Bosted and cleared the length of the ice, and that will bring on an icing call. 6 minutes, 58 seconds remaining here in this third period. Time slowly ticking away. Shots now 32-20 in favor of the Thunderbirds. And a defensive zone draw to the left of Jack Bosted. Face-off controlled by Athens. They'll send it up the near far boards, but aren't able to get it much further than the red line. Quickly back the other way, it's Patuska. Patuska, a weird angle shot that goes behind the net and wide, all the way down the ice back to the Thunderbirds' end. Out of his net was Cavalieri to play it. Stretch pass all the way up the ice for Salak. Ford has a stick in there. Salak, it gets hooked, and that will be a power play upcoming now for the Thunderbirds. So didn't really have all that many penalties through the first two periods. Athens had 2 power plays, only one for Carolina, but another one upcoming. Ford will be sent back to the box. He got an unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of that second period. So he finds his second 2-minute minor. Going to be for either a hold or a hook. .6:29 remaining in the third period. Carolina trying to set up how they want to play this face-off. Been good on the draw tonight has been Ford. Won most of his face-offs. Will win another one here. Back to the point. It's sent in to the near boards. All the way across the ice, it's Ford. Puck bouncing around, taken away by Malik Johnson. Will clear it out to the neutral zone. Milan giving chase. Kennedy will reset for Carolina. Here's Ford. Throws one to the slot for Schnapp. It's Ford in the far corner. All the way across, now Kennedy. Johnson loses his stick at the blue line. He'll go retrieve. Schnapp in behind, loses control of it. And a nice clear there by Riley Robertson with 1:18 all the way down the ice. Cavalieri out to stop that one and start the attack. Here's Ford. Whalen had to stop and rethink at the center red line. He skates it back into his zone under a minute remaining on the power play. He'll dump it in, far corner. Teammates give chase. Working his way all the way around is Nate Keeley. Keeley with it will play it off the inboards to Whalen. All the way across for Keeley again. A tough angle shot. Can't find the back of the net. Cleared out by the Rock Lobsters. Cavalieri again out of his net to speed play up. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. 4:55 remaining in the game. Here's Farmer. Centering pass. They score! A power play goal for the Carolina Thunderbirds makes it 6-0 with 4:48 remaining in the third period. It has been all Carolina tonight. Athens has not been able to slow down this Thunderbird attack. We'll see who they credit the goal to. Not sure if it took a deflection on the way in or not. But I want to say it was Danique Drouin who found the back of the net for the 6th time tonight for the Thunderbirds. Face-off controlled by the Rock Lobsters. Here's Robertson. Farmer gets a body put on him. A chance here for Virgili. He could not control it in the slot. Lightly off the boards and tipped out of the zone. Here's Kramer. 2-on-1 opportunity here for the Thunderbirds. A saucer pass could not be controlled by Panacek. Robertson in his own end. Picard will skate it out and dump it into the far corner. Virgili will give chase. Puck sent out of play. No, it will not be. It'll be on the near boards. Gallant will skate it in. He'll shoot one. That one gets deflected wide off the shin pad of Kennedy. Fresh Athens Rock Lobster on the ice will control it. Robertson will skate it in, throw one across the ice. And it's batted down. The shot is stopped. Or no, it's a goal. Couldn't see it happen, but Athens has found the back of the net. It was an awkward bounce there at the high slot, And Athens will break up the shutout of Mario Cavalieri and make it a 6-1 game. Believe that's going to be Joey Colatarsi. Athens again in, and they'll get another crack at it. Cavalieri had to be strong there. Icing is waved off. Athens finding some momentum here, but too little too late. Colatarsi throws another one in, and that one will be stopped by Cavalieri. So the Rock Lobsters able to sneak one past and get a goal. 3:23 remaining here on the Rock Lobsters Network.
Every business owner who's built a business wonders about their company's legacy. What's the path forward after they decide to take a step back? At the heart of every succession plan is a vision that safeguards hard-earned success. This isn't just paperwork. It's your roadmap, guiding a business during a change in ownership and detailing how ownership transitions and key financial decisions unfold. This instills a profound sense of pride, belonging, innovation, and commitment, ensuring a stable future for the company and a rewarding exit for you. Let's forge that path together.
Since we opened in 1968, we've taken pride in our professional staff. Unparalleled customer service is our legacy. Experience the best, skilled hands and friendly faces. At Stanfield Air Systems, satisfaction is not just a guarantee, it's our tradition. Schedule online at stanfieldair.com.
.323 remaining here in the third period from the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Athens able to find the back of the net on an awkward play to break up the shutout of Mario Cavalieri. Goal scored by number 2, Riley Robertson, assisted by Joey Colatarsi, getting the lone assist on that one. Puck in behind Bosted, a hard hit behind the net. Puck loose in front, taken out by Garcia. Hill skated across center red and dump it in. Puck cleared around by Cavalieri, gets knocked down by Portillo. Puck sent in the corner still, trying to battle for it. Far boards, it's finally cleared out of the zone by the Thunderbirds as Portillo looks like he might have taken a high stick, no call. Athens will reset. Stephen Ford behind his own net will pass it off to Garcia. Nicely batted down at center ice by Petuska. Cleared out by Ford, a high chip attempt. Knocked down at center ice by the Thunderbirds and dumped back in. Garcia behind his own net as time ticks away here, 2:12 remaining in the third period. Gallant forward for Athens. Hands a pass in front. McKechnie, his shot gets blocked in the slot. Salak battling for it. Comes away. Athens have it. Virgili, he gets knocked down. No penalty called. Robertson, the goal scorer here for Athens in this game. The lone goal scorer has to get back on defense, pushing it forward. The shot just ricochets wide. That shot was from Ford, chipped in around on the far boards. McKechnie. Center ice, it was Virgili battling for it. He'll find Gallant opposite side, who just dumps it in. 90 seconds remaining here in this one. Athens going to suffer their second regulation loss of the season, fall to 9-2. On the opposite end, the Thunderbirds going to pick up their 7th regulation win of the season. Puck thrown in front, batted down. 60 seconds remaining here in this one. Sent down the length of the ice. Bosted out of his net. We'll hand it off to Colatarsi. Troy Murray skates it out, but it gets knocked away. Turnover in the neutral zone. Here come the Thunderbirds trying to find one more. It's Keeley. And the corner, it's now Druin. Puck sent back to center ice and just thrown back in. 30 seconds now remaining. Athens maybe gets one more opportunity at an attack. Another turnover in the neutral zone. Kolatarski will be skating for it, guarded by Salak. Turnover behind the goal line. Here's Murray. 14 seconds now to go. Skated to center ice, and now skating backwards is going to be Panacek. 8 seconds, he'll dump it forward. Picard knocks it down. Another attempt. He shoots, he scores! Right before the game ends, it's a big goal by Brandon Picard, his 4th of the season, had an assist last game, and makes it 2-0 Athens. Rather, 6-2 Athens. With 3 seconds remaining, they'll drop the puck, and that'll pretty much do it. Some pushing and shoving afterwards between Salak and Justin Portillo. But nonetheless, the Rock Lobsters able to grab a late goal with some trash talk at center ice right now. Justin Portillo at the center of it. Just how the second period ended, the third ends the same way. Athens able to find 2 late goals in the third period, but unfortunately it was not enough to slow down the Thunderbird attack through the first 2. Final score from the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena is Carolina 6, Athens 2. Be curious to see what head coach Steve Martinson has to say to his team in the locker room after a very tough performance. But nonetheless, Athens going to have to regroup. Their next game is going to be against Carolina, or rather versus Blue Ridge. It's opening night. Opening night for the Rock Lobsters on December 6th. Be sure to get your tickets at rocklobstershockey.com. 3 stars of the game. That has to be the goal scorer number 2, Riley Robertson. We'll have our second star be number 76. And Brandon Picard picking up that late goal there at the end with just 3 seconds remaining. They're going to get that goal to Troy Murray. On the way in. We'll still get that, change that second star to Troy Murray. Athens, after trying to find a way to battle back for their home opener against Blue Ridge in what should be a very fun opening night at the very brand new Athens Ford Arena. Appreciate all of you standing by in my first game calling a Rock Lobsters game. There was some technical issues trying to work the clock, but nonetheless, it was a great broadcast. Appreciate all of you for tuning in and supporting the Rock Lobsters. Team Rad will be back on December 6th.